Hello, and welcome back to Literally Anything, the podcast where we talk about literally anything. Today's podcast is gonna be interesting, but Lizzie, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about college life.
Wow, and a little bit of a high school senior.
Mhm.
Before we get started, I would like to thank you for taking over last week when I was in the midst of. You know what? I'm gonna lie. I was at Santa's workshop because I am the short friend.
Mhm.
And he finally let me go yesterday evening, so I got to come home. But I'm on standby for New Year's or Christmas Eve. I will go back on the 23rd and come back the early morning of the 25th. Yeah, he's got me on an interesting schedule. Pays well though. Pays well. I've been thinking about making that joke for 2 weeks. Right.
Okay, side note though,
Mm-hmm.
the fact that you're shorter than Olaf.
We don't talk about that. You don't bring that up. So there's this meme where it was send this to a friend who's shorter than Olaf. And it had a Google search was how tall is Olaf? 5 foot 4 inches. I'm 5'2". So when she
I
sent
just
me that the other day, it was like the highlight of my day. I finally got taller than Dora. And then boom, Olaf, the next person to defeat. But I'm 18, so I'm done growing. So there's like I'm not gonna get taller.
no, like I just think about like Olaf compared to like Elsa and Anna. Like if you were 2 inches shorter than Olaf, how much shorter are you than Elsa and Anna? They're like they're up here, down here.
Wow, just like real life. Okay, anyway. College life.
Mhm.
What you want to know?
So, um, what was your first thought? How was your like mental state when you found out which college you were going to?
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask about. Never mind. Um, when I figured out, it's actually a cute story. It was after a piano recital. And it was May. It was late May. It was the 28th of May. It was Ethan's birthday, my brother's birthday. Um, I had a piano recital and a voice recital. Just merged into one. I can't even speak. Anyway, I had worked very hard on these pieces and I did okay. I played it better. I always play it worse at recitals, but I don't play around my family just because I gatekeep my piano playing to myself. um, and so whenever I do these recitals, that is like their first time hearing it. And I played a medley of Molly Guenia and Speak Softly from The Godfather. And then I sang some Disney song. I don't remember. And I remember my voice teacher coming up to me and saying, your dad just spoke to me. He said he can't send you to Wharton. He said, you're too talented. Not, that sounds so egotistical. What he
Well,
said was,
it's something a parent would say about
yeah,
their kids.
yeah, it is something a parent would say is like, she doesn't deserve to go to Wharton. Because Wharton is a community college. And I was going to go to Wharton or Texas State University. And I was grappling with this the entire school year since I found out I got into Texas State. I really took in what she said and was like, oh, well, that was kind of like the last factor I needed because I knew I wanted to go to Texas State because I loved the opportunities that it would bring and the there are so many success stories from Texas State in the programs I'm in and why I'm even going to Texas State. There's so many outlets you can get after the fact. I was like, man, I can get so many opportunities, but it's expensive. And I don't come from a rich family. Um, So it was I want to go there, but I shouldn't go there. I was trying to think of what was best for the family in general because I knew everyone would be making sacrifices just so I could attend Texas State. So I knew I wanted to go. I kind of had it set on my mind, just didn't know how to say it. And then my dad actually came up to me later that day and was like, "You're not going to Wharton." He goes, "I can't in good conscience send you to Wharton." And I was like,
It sounds like something that would come out of a movie.
I know. It was like a Wattpad story, man. It was so crazy. After I had two performances of my life and then did a recital where it was a lot of things were closing in my life. I said goodbye to teachers, friends, families, and now it all depended on this last final decision that I knew what I wanted but didn't know how to make it, and someone made it for me, said it was okay.
Yeah.
You know,
Confirmed it.
yeah, confirmed that you can go and we support you. I was like,
No.
thank you. And it was a very relieving moment. When I finally decided, I had texted our mutual friend, Noelle. I was like, hey, dude. She was the first person I told. I was like, hey, dude, I made a decision. I'm going to Texas State. And right when I sent that message to her, this weight was lifted off my shoulders because there was so much I had to do to figure out
I
where I
can't
was
wait for that
going.
feeling.
And oh, yeah, senior year. Oh, applications, essays for applications, paying for the applications, which is the stupidest part of everything. I paid like $75 each application I did. And I was like, ugh. So, and they're all stupid. They all ask the same thing. You think you just do like one general application and then send it to everyone, which would make sense. No, you have to do the same questions for every person and even the same essay because they pick either topic A or B, and then you just put that topic in, you copy and paste and send it off. And senior year, that part of senior year, hated because I had so much going on.
For
We
me,
had,
like,
uh-huh.
sorry. For me, it's exciting in a way. It's like it's a step into a new life.
Yeah,
And like, but also it's scary because there's that like there's that thought of when your life changing, like the norm is now gonna be different, but also the stress of like, am I even going to be accepted
yeah,
by one of the colleges that I'm applying to? There's a stress in that. So
yeah.
yeah.
And I know exactly what you're feeling. I applied to a bunch of schools, and because I had a bunch of safeties, because I was like, I want to go to college. I need to go to college. Will someone please take me? And it's that fear of, did I do enough? It's your senior year. You've done all the tests, you've done all the homework. Did I do enough to get into college? It's awful feelings, man. But once you get like an acceptance letter or you finally get your results, it's like oh, okay, cool. We can calm down now for 2 seconds until the next thing we have to do. So I feel for you because
Yeah.
I hated waiting for applications and rejections or acceptance, and it's awful.
I'm gonna say for one of the colleges, I feel like my mouth sounds weird on the microphone. For one of the colleges, I like have more hope because they definitely reach out more. They definitely give you more updates. And they have said things that almost imply that they're accepting me, but they haven't accepted me. I'm very confused. And the other one is just they haven't said anything to me. I'm like, guys,
Yeah,
please give me an update.
that was pretty much all of my applications. Except for one. They were just giving little like, oh, they got your application. Oh, this was received. We got this. You're good. Or if they didn't get something, they emailed me and was like, hey, what's going on, dude? Did you send this to us? I was like, yes, I did. I don't know why you don't have it. It's not my problem. Time sensitive.
Yeah, I'm actually going tomorrow to HCU
Oh,
for the senior Saturday. So we do a tour, I think,
fun.
and bring our paperwork. So I'm excited.
That sounds so
I've never
fun.
actually, yeah, I've never actually like been like in the campus.
Oh.
Like, yeah, I've been around it, like driven around it. And then my brother used to play basketball like when he was like third grade, I think. So a long time ago, but he
Yeah.
played like basketball there, like for a camp. And so,
Cool. So
so
how do you feel about graduating and, closing this chapter in life?
oh my gosh. Um, you know what? It's a weird thing because for me, I think in my past, because I like socially I was in a bad place. So I was so excited to graduate, move out, and get away from those people.
Mhm.
But then I did get away from those people. And then then I connected with new people and got closer with the good people in my life.
Mhm.
And so it's like, it's bittersweet because I think about past me who dreamed about moving out, who dreamed about going to college and, next chapters. But at the same time, I think about the friends that I have now and the like life that I have now,
Mhm.
and I like don't I don't want to leave that behind.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's especially drama when like I every Wednesday that I'm there, it's like I look around the room. I'm like, oh my gosh, like pretty soon I'm not gonna be in here. Like I'm not gonna come here every Wednesday. That's devastating.
It is devastating. It is devastating. That was the hardest thing I had to do with the degree I'm getting. I'm in acting classes, I'm in theater classes. And to be in those classes and to not have y'all in it was so weird because I'm used to this close knit, we all know each other, we can all talk to each other. And now I'm in a room full of people I don't know. They range from the age of 18 to 20 something years old. And you're like, whoa, I used to
Side
be the
note,
oldest one in the group. What's going on, guy?
I'm just gonna give a quick side note. My family has decided to be really loud. And it sounds like my microphone's picking it up. So if you hear something, it's my
Okay.
family. Sorry.
I
When you were
haven't heard
talking, I
any.
was just like, okay, because it was really loud.
Well, my dogs were barking in the beginning, so
Oh.
we're evened out. I have a zoo here, so there will be barking. I have 4 dogs.
So, Sammy, how did you find out you're being accepted into Texas State? Because it's a cute story. And I think
Oh,
you
I
should
love
maybe
this story. I'm so glad you asked. I'm actually gonna start crying. Last fall, we were doing a production of Narnia. I had put in hours upon hours of work onto this character, the development, how I'm reacting, how everything's working through. I helped direct. I directed myself because I would be like, what do you want me to do? And the teacher would go, oh, I'm not worried about you. Do what you want. I'm like,
By
I
the
do
way,
my own blocking.
she was Peter.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Uh, I was Peter Pevensey, the shortest in the cast, and I was the older sibling. I put so many hours into this character, so many stressful days. I This does need a little backstory. So it stressed me out so much. I would go to a piano practice, and I literally couldn't play because I was so focused on trying to learn lines, and we hadn't finished running through the play that my teacher stopped me and was like, "What's wrong?" And she ended up reading through the script with me instead of playing piano. So we just finished wrapping the play. We cleaned up. We took all the costumes off. We're all saying goodbyes. Me and my friend were stuck in our British accents. We literally could not shake them for like 2-3 days. Don't know why. Might have just been nerves and adrenaline. um I drove in my brother's car because something was wrong with mine. What was wrong with my car? Oh, my mom drove to Florida and the car broke down on her in Florida. And it hadn't come back to us yet. So I was driving my brother's car to rehearsal. And then my family came, watched, and my brother was going to drive his car home. And I was like, oh, well, thanks. But my best friend showed up. Other best friend. Other best friend. I had to make sure you were included. You are my best friend. Beth is the bestest friend there's ever been. There's no one else like her. Anyway, I go to my best friend, other best friend. I did it again. I went to my friend. And I was like, hey, you want to ride home together? And she's like, yeah, sure. And she's in a truck. So it's so fun driving in a truck on our long drive home. We were talking the whole time. You know, I just finished a killer night with my friends performing something I'm very proud of. You know, like that play was amazing. And I wish I could talk more about it. But we're saving that for a whole podcast. So we're driving home. We're listening to all these songs, and we got rickrolled by the radio, and we're just having a great time, and we're laughing and singing and dancing in the car. And then we pulled up to my driveway, and we're parked, and we're just talking because we don't want to get out of the car yet. So I pulled up my email just to scroll through, and I saw I had an email from Texas State. And I was like, ooh, I should read this. And I looked over at Noelle, and I was like, I got something from Texas State, dude. I'm going through it, and I'm reading it. And it said, we are happy to accept you into the class of 2027. And I looked at her, and I was like, oh my God, I got accepted. And I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, I got accepted. She goes, what do you mean you got accepted? And I kept reading it because all I said was, I'm in. I'm in, dude. She goes, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm in. And then I kept reading it, and it said for fine arts and communication it was the exact major I wanted, the exact field I wanted to be in. And I got in, and we're excited. We're jumping around, and we ran out of the car, and we came to each other, and we hugged each other. We're jumping and we're screaming, and it's the middle of the night. It's like 11:30 at night. So then after we like calmed down and we hugged again, we were like saying, oh, praise God. Oh my God, this is amazing. I can't believe this. We go inside, and we got to tell my parents together. And it sounds like we're in a relationship. We're not. She's just really close. And we got to tell them together, and it was just so amazing to finish off such an amazing night with such amazing news. It was like a good, like how an episode would end in a show. I live in the Truman Show. That was the best acceptance I got. Everything else was just, oh, I'm in my room and I got an email. But that was long night, long day, great performances, saw all my friends and family, and I got into the school I wanted to get into for the thing I wanted to study.
My mom used to, oh, what did I say used to? My brain's not working. My mom told me that used to, like, people would get in the mailbox, they would get a giant letter, like a big envelope, and it'd have like this banner on it and say, congratulations, welcome to the class of 20, like, you know, whatever. And it's like, that would be fun to get a giant envelope in your mailbox with like this pretty banner. And
I got 2 of those.
really?
Wait, 3? Because, like, well, they weren't like huge banners or anything, but it was a big envelope. And it was the one from Texas State said, the big one. And so you open it, and it was just like your official acceptance letter. And, you know, it's signed by the president and the dean. And, you know, you get the thing that says official, whatever, Bobcat. Don't even remember my own mascot. Bobcats were the Bobcats. Go Bobcats. I can't even remember the. I never do that either. Because every school has their little whatever. And we have two. So it's like this is supposed to be your fingers are pointing to San Marcos. And then it kind of looks like Texas. And then this is for the Bobcats. Do you have any
I know
other
about
questions? Huh?
oh my gosh, I had one. You distracted me with your bobcat signs.
Oh, sorry, I'm proud of my school. I'm so sorry.
Oh, how is it being far away from home? Because you're a little whiles away, I
Terrible.
think.
Awful. Well, I was homeschooled all my life, which is how I graduated a little early. Um, yeah, it was a big change to go from always being at home to now just visiting home. That is a feeling no one prepares you for. It wasn't a feeling I knew could happen because now I come home and I'm like, oh, this doesn't really feel the same anymore. You know, it's weird. And my bed in my dorm is somehow better than the one here. It it ranges from day to day. Some days I'm like, I'm so glad I did this. I'm so glad I get to be independent. I get to see what it's like to live on my own. I do have a roommate. Best roommate ever, by the way. And it's hard to explain. It does depend on the day and the grades you get. And I wake up, be like, yeah, it's great. Or yeah, I need to go home. The hardest part is leaving. I left the day before. I spent with Chapel and we got coffee and we hung out in the car till her parents came home, and there was a certain song that was playing, and now I hear that song and I think of us in the car, and then I left. I moved. Which is so crazy to say. I moved out of the house. Like I don't live here anymore. It's crazy. And it sucked, honestly. It sucked for the first like week because I didn't have classes yet. So it was just me and my roommate in our dorm room, kind of not doing anything. And then classes start and you get distracted, and your time gets filled by going to class, studying, getting used to the campus. And I was looking for churches and looking for friends with cars so I could go to church, which I did. I found 3 friends with cars. Highly recommend. Just a big change. If you're good with change, you're a good man. I'm not good with change. So I don't know why I thought this was going to be an easy transition. The worst part though is when you come back after like a month or a month and a half away and you see everyone again and then you have to go back. Oh, it's worse when you're driving yourself. Because before I had my car, my parent would take me and then they'd drop me off and they'd go. I wouldn't have to be the one to leave. I'd be dropped off. But when you're driving and you're seeing yourself come closer and closer to that city, you dread it. You're like, oh, I kind of want to see my friends instead. Because I made the same mistake. I saw you guys 2 weeks ago for church, and then I went back to school the next day. I was like, ooh. I saw the school driving up to it and I was like, I want to turn around, guys. Let's go back. But then the next day came. I'm doing classes, I'm studying, and you get distracted. So it has its days. Depends on the day.
I'm gonna say I'm excited. I'm excited to hopefully live in the dorms. That's my goal,
Cool.
is to live in the dorms. I want to have that college campus experience.
Living on
Also,
your
I want to
own and moving out.
yeah, I want to adapt to living independently. I'm excited for that.
Since you just mentioned it, you said financial aid. I just want to put a little PSA out there. Do your FAFSA. Anyone
It
listening
doesn't
with
open.
junior, it is open.
It is?
Yeah, open December 1st because they redid the system. So it should be
because
open.
every time my mom's checked, it's been like it's not opening until like January or something.
Oh,
Because she's been checking and she's called people and they've said no, it doesn't open until. So I don't know. Yeah.
I was told the 1st of December.
We're a bit nervous about that because you can't, a lot of scholarships or financial aid stuff you can't apply for until after you do FAFSA. And so
Yeah. But anyway, juniors, seniors, do your FAFSA. Important. Yeah. It helps with scholarships and helps with grants. So I got a grant from University of Houston. I remember being so excited about that.
Dude, we just had a bunch of people write recommendation letters, and I have actually my aunt and uncles on my mom's side of the family all went to HCU, but one of them did so well that I think his name's on a brick somewhere on that campus, and he was like named Mr. HCU or something. So we had to make sure we got a letter from him.
A big alumni.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
And Melinda, her letter was the best.
Sorry, well, she's a writer.
Well, yeah. So sorry to anybody else that wrote letters. You guys did amazing. But I think as I've known her like my whole life, and I feel like with the Ledmans, you just feel close with them. You just feel like a connection, and you feel like you can say anything around them and be yourself. And so I feel like her letter was so true, and I mean, all of them are true, but like it had like a personal, deep connection to it.
And she's seen you grow up too, you know.
Yeah.
We've known them since we were like what, 4? Feels like.
Also, at the end of wow. At the end of the letter, she stated that she was a screenwriter. So, which I think that sounds professional. But all my
so much better than me on the letter thing, because I only had 2.
Who were your letters?
Miss Wren and Miss Diane.
We asked Miss Wren, but she didn't get the email. And then and we were trying to get in by a certain date. So I just decided not to ask again because I didn't want to stress her out. She has a show going on, and it was kind of cutting it short. So
yeah. And I did ask her to send the one she already wrote for me for an audition I was doing. So I didn't help much with that.
Yeah, but all the letters I've gotten, or not gotten, but that have been written for me, have all been really nice, and I really appreciate them.
Is this your way of telling me I need to write your letter and send it to you?
Yes. No, I'm just kidding.
You asked me a while ago, and I was like, yeah, I'll write it.
You cried.
I did cry. I shed a single tear.
No, you didn't shed a tear because you're trying not to mess up your makeup.
Oh, that's right. We were on our way to church. My makeup looked okay. Well, I had been doing my makeup all that week, and it finally looked good on Sunday. And we're driving to church, and she just goes, this is like random to ask, but can you write me a recommendation letter? And I looked at her, and I was like, you want me? I took it as the highest honor ever and was like, oh my God. And I was like holding my eyes open like this while I'm driving. So I'm like this, trying not to cry. I just thought it was really cute or really sweet that you asked me to write one for you. I was like, oh, my little baby. wants me to write her a letter for college. And you're like, what, 3 months younger than there's not that big of an age gap. But since you're younger than me, I think you're like, you're just a little baby. As we're both 18. Do you have any more questions about college? Or about the school in general?
Ooh. Have you been to any good games? That's like a goal of mine, is to go to like a baseball game or whatever. I don't know what games they have.
Baseball?
No, not baseball. It's the only sport I
Football.
understand. Football, yeah. One of those.
Wow.
The only sport I understand is baseball. And even I'm like, I barely understand whenever I'm watching.
Well, as a person who loves football, their football games are really good. We're a pretty good team. We're a D1 team. Don't ask me what that means, but it means something good. I understand a certain level of football. I understand like the play. I don't understand like the term.
I'm just excited to like get all dressed up and go to the stands and
the girls make
cheer whenever other people cheer. I won't know what's happening. I'll just go, yeah!
I'll explain to you. The people at Texas State take it so seriously, and they're so fun. I went to 2 games. I went to the homecoming game by myself. Oh, it was so boring because I didn't know anyone, and I was just standing next to these random girls and just cheering along with them and whatever. But people love to dress up, love to do these little things, and since it was Halloween weekend, every other person had like a costume on.
Is that the same? This at the same time when there are all those Kens?
Yeah.
Stuff.
There was a guy dressed up as Ken with the roller skates on, and I wanted to hug him because I was like, you're the first person I've seen dressed up as Ken this year. I'm so proud of you. Because no one dressed up as Barbie and Ken. That is insane, dude. If I had money, I would have dressed up as Barbie. Or Ken. Because Ken was my favorite in the Barbie movie.
Oh, by the way, we got that movie. And so now we have it.
Oh, wait,
so
you
my
have
mom
it?
Yeah. So I was thinking about doing like a party, inviting some so cool. And you guys would have to come in your pajamas.
We have to?
It would be like it's like a pajama party.
Pajamas.
Well, whatever you own that looks like pajamas. Buy pajamas.
You're like, why don't you have pajamas, you freaking weirdo? I just wear t-shirt, pair of shorts. Whatever shorts I find.
You know what? In my list of like my top 10 list of things I love, pajamas are in there.
When
Dude, I asked.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I asked for silk pajamas on my Christmas list.
I didn't even think I could make a Christmas list this year since I'm in college, so I didn't say anything. But I used to go to bed in whatever I was wearing. So jeans, t-shirt, jacket, just go right to bed. Wouldn't change or anything. It was so nasty. And I was in like middle school. And I thought it was so cool. Because then I'd wake up and I wouldn't even have to change again. I'm like, oh, no, it's fine. It can last another day. It's so gross.
This might seem random, but like, I get sad whenever I take naps. Do you have that? Like, after you take a nap, you get like sad?
I think I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like,
so that's why I don't really take naps. But like, if I fall asleep in like a pair of jeans, I don't know, that messes me up somehow.
It's like after you go to the beach, you're sunburnt, you're tired, you take a shower, you go to bed, and you wake up, you're like, I want to be back on the beach. I don't want to be in bed. It sucks. Yeah, I get it. This was something I wanted to add into the podcast where we talk about the white boy of the month. Do you want to go first?
We're talking about the same person, right?
Oh, well, we can both have our own. It's like you have your white boy, I have my white boy. Please, I have been thinking about this for so long.
My current white boy is Josh Hutcherson, Five Nights at Freddy's, obviously.
Hunger Games?
Hunger Games. That one movie where the girl died. I don't know what it's called, Treasure something. Um,
The what?
yeah, I'm what?
The what movie?
It's like I don't know, it's like a movie when he was
Oh,
12
Journey
and
to
the
the
girl
Center of the Earth.
no, it's a like a treasure or something. And like his friend and she was played by somebody famous, like from Divergent and Fault in Our Stars, I think. And she dies and I don't know, I saw it
Okay.
once. So um yeah, I'm
Oh, Bridge to Terabithia.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called, treasure map, treasure so um you know what? Everybody got mad about the whistle meme.
You mean me? Dude,
I love
that meme pisses me off so
I
much.
love it
No.
though. I
The video I would be watching would be
mm,
interesting. And you'd be coming to the conclusion, and then his stupid, dumb face pops up and ruins my whole day.
okay, actually I saw a video where these people were like it's like a paparazzi video where they're like talking to them and you know that kind of thing. And so like they're talking to him and they ask him about the whistle meme. They're like, have you seen the whistle meme? And he's like, no. And he walks off. And it's like people was like everybody in the comments were like either he does know what they're talking about or he's gonna Google it and be in for a surprise.
Poor man.
If he doesn't know what it is though, he's the only one. Like
Yeah.
everybody
Because doesn't he
knows what
only
it
have
is.
one post on Instagram or something?
Yeah.
He's not on there. I hate that meme. And then you started posting it on like your story and your post.
I
wanna-
had to.
No, you
It would
didn't.
be a crime not to. It would be a
Would
felony.
it? This is the one time I will not condone something stupid to be a felony. No.
Yeah, well, I loved him in Hunger Games. I liked him in the Treasure movie when I saw it like 8 years ago, and I loved him in Five Nights at Freddy's. So he's the white boy of the month right now.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people liking the guy that plays President Snow
He is
in the new
pretty.
Hunger. Yes, but they're liking the character.
Yeah, I haven't seen. I want to see the movie.
Oh
I
my
haven't seen it
god,
yet.
dude.
I want to see it.
Insane. Love it. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. The actress that plays Lucy Gray, little controversial, but she's a good actor.
Mhm.
Wish she would have not said those things about Snow White and the character she's playing, but she's a good actress.
Yeah.
Just hope they fix the Snow White story.
I mean, like the Snow White things. I mean, like what she says is what she says. You know, like you can't really take that back. But like the story changing, I don't think that's on her. That's on the writers.
No.
Like she's just a person playing a character.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think people should get mad at her in the Hunger Games because writers changed a movie, you know.
Yeah.
So, but from
And it's
what I've
fine.
seen of clips, I think they both seem like good actors. I haven't seen the movie, so I can't really judge.
Yeah. I guess we'll just have to see when the movie comes out.
Mhm.
But they pushed back the date that it's coming
Yeah.
out. I hope they're fixing it.
So who's your white boy?
I'm glad you asked. I don't know how to say his last name though.
Is it the guy who plays President Snow?
No,
The one
it
from
is not.
2012. No, just think about that, like that actor, like he got all these thirst traps of this actor. You're like, why couldn't it have been me? Like he's like sobbing in his room. I wish I was. No, just imagine like this 70-year-old man sobbing in his room. All these thirst traps.
Culture shock, man. He'd probably have a heart attack.
Fun fact, that guy is also the guy who voices the orange juice commercials.
Orange juice. What orange
The
juice?
Simply, the Simply orange juice, I don't know
I don't
those.
have cable.
Oh my gosh.
I don't have the good commercials. I have whatever car insurance is popular. Was that Liberty Mutual? I get those.
Oh, is your white boy the guy from Liberty Mutual?
No, so my white boy of the month is Thomas Brody Sangster. Oh my god. This dude is so fine. Oh my
Can I see him?
god. I'll send you a picture later.
Oh, I
So
want to
he
see him
was,
now.
but here's the thing. He was the little kid in Nanny McPhee. And he hold on, I'm not done. I'm listing off the things here, and I did not have a crush on a 7-year-old.
I saw Nanny McPhee and I started laughing.
He was in The Maze Runner, which is my current obsession right now because I'm reading the books. And he just had a new show come out called The Artful Dodger. Dude, this kid has always looked like he's like 14 years old for like 20 years. But he's in his 30s.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Dude.
He's blonde.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Something happened, dude. He had like his 5th glow up. Oh my god. Dude was so pretty. And I was just watching the trailer for that show the other day, and I was like, oh my god. Who is this? Oh my god. He's so pretty. That is not the same kid that was just in Maze Runner. Dude. Oh, I could keep talking about him. I don't want to seem weird. Do you have any questions? Let's go back on topic. College. Do
you have any questions for me?
Oh, I'm trying to think back to when I was a senior. Think about what I was going through and stuff. What's something you're not looking forward to doing?
Paying.
Well, besides paying. No one likes paying.
I'm scared of money, so you know what? For me, I'm very much like I would say like I'm a people pleaser in a way, you know? Even if I don't always people please, if I don't, it's like stressful. And so the thought of like making choices, these big choices, and trying to do them like considering myself or big payments, stuff like that. You know, I'm kind of scared about that because I don't want to waste my life because you only live once, and I don't want to waste it just going for the cheapest, easiest options because I feel like it'll make the people around me happier. Because I do want to experience things, and I do want to, and of course I'm not gonna like make people pay like $1 million, but like I do want to. So the thought of like, I'm explaining this weird. The thought of like,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, the thought of people like paying a lot of money for me is scary because I just don't like feeling like a burden.
Yeah, you have a lot riding on you now because you're gonna feel like you have to do good because someone's doing a service for you.
Yeah, I just don't like feeling like a financial or like a burden. So yeah, that's my one concern. That's my one dread. Yeah. Also, not being surrounded by homeschoolers is going to be a little bit. Well, HC has a lot of homeschoolers, but like, I don't know.
Where I'm at, nope. But people are always surprised when I tell them I was homeschooled because they always ask, "Oh, where did you go to high school?" I was homeschooled, and they're always shocked. And I think I did it. I got out of the stigma. I don't look like a homeschooler, which nothing wrong with, but we're usually like stereotyped into this weird like
Those are people who watch TLC.
Yeah, like the Mormon,
Yeah.
you can't wear
Duggars.
pants. Yeah, like the Duggars.
Yeah.
That's what they think of when they think of homeschoolers. So, when they meet a homeschooler that, looks normal, like, what do you mean you were homeschooled? You're not weird. You can have a full conversation with me. Well,
You
yeah.
don't churn butter. You don't live on a farm.
What was it? Well,
you don't have 19 siblings.
You're not the oldest? You're not like the middle kid? No, I'm the youngest. I'm the last. What do you mean? So are there 15 more of you above you? There's 3. I did hear one conversation though. It was like people behind me in line. It was a group of girls that were just talking. And one of them let it slip that she was homeschooled. And then one girl goes, "Oh, so that's why you're a freak." And dude, I was like, what the heck? I almost looked back and went like, yeah, me too. But dude, I was so scared.
Dude, just imagine if like it was reversed.
Ooh. Mm-mm. How about we end off this wonderful podcast, Beth? You just do some closing remarks and tease the next topic, maybe.
What's our next? Oh, okay. Follow us on Instagram. We are at literally anything the podcast. Subscribe, like, comment your favorites, gummy bear flavor, and
And comment your white boy of the month.
Oh yes, comment your white boy of the month along with your gummy bear flavor.
Yes.
And get ready for the stage next week.
Get ready for those Friday night lights.
Yes. Ooh, that was a good one.
Thank you.
We love you. We're praying for you, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.